Dig into the technology sector for us. How much are they contributing to net gains?
Yeah, so we're seeing demand for IT jobs, tech skills continue to grow across the nation, outpacing our supply. And interestingly, traditionally we talk about the West and East Coast for tech. We're seeing that hit the middle of America in cities like Dallas, Boise, Chicago. I'm really seeing demand outpace supply across the country now for tech. So we anticipate another month of strong job gains in the technology sector.
But if demand is outstripping supply, where is supply coming from? Are we seeing immigration still helping fill to a certain extent? Is that being put off by certain movements in the White House? Is it more about having to upskill within your own business?
Yeah, really the defining problem of our time in the tech space is making sure we can upskill our workers, meaning teaching them new skills for tomorrow's jobs to meet the demand. Because tech, skills are changing at the pace of tech. And so partnering with companies to make sure we're helping create the workforce that we need is critical for the tech space. At ManpowerGroup, our real-time view on tech is that we have a little over 500,000 open tech jobs today. 50% of those or so are software engineers, another quarter are IT project managers. And so we have jobs open, but with a 1% unemployment rate in tech, it's going to be about upskilling and bringing new workers into the space.
Interestingly, I had a conversation with someone called Andrew Challenger earlier, he being of Challenger Grain Christmas. They'd run some really interesting data finally showing that actually how many jobs are being lost because of trade or trade uncertainties. They say 10,000 job cuts have been made because in technology companies, largely because of trade difficulties, quote unquote. And that's 10,000 in just August alone. Is this something you're hearing? And if so, where from in terms of the tech space?
Yeah, so our real-time view on the market is not that. We are continuing to see demand come in for jobs, and we have companies that are willing to hire. So jobs for people in IT are still abundant. And again, there's a 1% unemployment. So we have a lot of room in the economy to bring people into the space. So we're not seeing the impact from trade. I will tell you, back in March, April, we saw a little pause. I would call it, observation. We saw that pick up about 6 weeks later, and it has not slowed down since.
How long do you think this can be sustained? Are there any brewings of uncertainty, of slowdown, or you really think that this unemployment level in the technology space will remain at about 1%?
Yes, well, we know, recession will come. The question is when. So we are not seeing a slowdown today. If anything, we're seeing really employers start to move from talk to action around this concept of upskilling that we talked about. We at ManpowerGroup are partnering with Microsoft around gaming software jobs, helping upskill people to actually be software testers, identifying adjacent skills for people to come into the space and really contribute when they didn't have the skill to begin with.